Hello, and thank you for tuning in to our life coaching show, which is entitled Today, No More Limits. My name is Chaplain Yolanda Walker, and I am your host. Today's topic is Don't Be Lazy in This Season. Again, today's show is Don't Be Lazy in This Season. I can remember growing up, and oftentimes we would travel to Wynne, Arkansas, where my grandmother, Jeannie, I would call her Grandma Jeannie, Lavinia Walker, where she lived. And so we would travel there in the summer and during holidays. And I can remember sitting at the dinner table with my grandmother. She was a Christian woman. She was a mother in a Baptist church. And I can remember Granny making this statement that there was this younger woman who wanted food from my grandmother. And my grandmother said, I wasn't going to give her any food. And then I remember my grandmother talking about an older lady that was down the street who had been sick. So my grandmother gave her food. And so then I remember my grandmother saying, and it almost seemed a little harsh, but she was saying that the younger woman could have gotten out there and grew food just like her. But she basically chose not to. Basically, she chose to be lazy. And so she doesn't have any food because she did not get out there and work. And although to some that may seem a little harsh, but basically Grandma was telling the truth. If I can get out here and sow and plant seed, there's nothing wrong with her. She can do the same thing. Amen. And so when we look at Proverbs 6, it says, "Go to the ant, you sluggard. Consider its ways and be wise. It has no commander, no overseer or ruler. Yet it stores its provisions in summer and gather its food at harvest. How long will you lie there, you sluggard? When will you get up from your sleep? A little sleep, a little slumber, a little folding of the hands to rest, and poverty will come on you like a thief." And so, for many of us, sometimes we can be our own worst enemy, and we can see certain things happening in other folk lives, and it may not be happening in ours. It could be the season, because with everything there's a season. But sometimes individuals aren't truly working. They're not truly working to make things happen. And so what we have to do, we have to ourselves. If an older woman can get out here, and my grandmother had a wonderful field. If she can get out there and make sure that there is seed planted so the food will grow, so she can have food, then the younger woman can do the same. And so those of us who desire businesses, those of us who do more in our churches or with the ministries that God has given us, or even on our jobs, don't be lazy during this season, and stop expecting other folk to do for you what you can do for yourself. This is the time for you to take the limits off yourself and for you to do the work. Don't expect for somebody else to feed you. You get out here and you work and feed yourself. And although I'm using that as an illustration, it goes beyond just feeding us physical food. It's dealing with our business, our ministry. Those of you who are authors, those of you who are parenting, stop waiting on other people to do stuff for you that you can do for yourself. So in this season, you take the limits off of yourself and don't be lazy. This is Chaplain Yolanda Walker. Take the limits off. Have a blessed day.